Hello captains, and welcome to a tutorial video on the fastest game on ice, which is an event within Q's Winter Wonderland in Star Trek Online. So what this is Q's Winter Wonderland is an entire event that takes place in the winter time that Cryptic brings out in Star Trek Online to allow us to, number one, get a free starship, a free tier 6 starship, and number two, buy unique winter items in the vendor store by playing a PvE queue and doing events within the Wonderland, and that has unique rewards in the event store. Now, the one thing that you will be coming to this event to do is what's called the event The Fastest Game on Ice. That is what is required to get the free starship every year. A lot of people have difficulty sometimes playing the fastest game on ice. It is literally a race course on ice, and you have a competitor beside you. It will auto-generate a unique kind of competitor beside you. You have to outrun the competitor and get to the finish line before it. And only then do you win the race, and you get your 40 winter prize vouchers that go toward the starship for the event. You need 1,000 vouchers, and it gives you 40 vouchers per run on the event, The Fastest Game on Ice. And it has a cooldown of 20 hours. So you can only run it once. So if you fail, you're going to be running it again. What I'm going to show you now is a tutorial on how to do this run. First of all, I'm going to show you how to activate it, and we're actually going to play it for real. But before we play it for real, I want you to know that you can come to the starting line right here where this thing starts, and you can practice the entire course without having to actually activate a real run. And that allows you to practice maneuvers so that you can be successful when you run it. So as you can see, I can start running on this entire course without actually having to do a real run. And that's what I want you to see first, because if you're having trouble with this, you can come here and practice it all day long until you get good at it before you actually make it count. Now you will see that as I run on it, it's ice. So when I stop, I slide. And that is what causes people trouble. Now it's easy to run in a straight line. See, here's somebody running it right now, and this is their competitor that they have. They have to beat that thing. Now here's what's difficult about this. It's the turns. It's not the straight lines. You can run in a straight line on ice, easy. It's when you come to these turns, like this right here. You're running so fast, you'll start sliding sideways out of the field, and you can foul on this. You can go so far outside of the track, and there's somebody else running it right now. That's their competitor. You can run this so fast outside of the track that you foul and end up losing. So you do not want to go too far off the track. And it is the turns that foul you up, because that is where you start sliding sideways. Like I said, it's easy to run in a straight line. So, therefore, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. You want to run this in the most straight lines as possible, making the least amount of turns. That means only turn and only slide sideways when you have to. Otherwise, stay as straight as possible whenever you can. Think of the turns like you're in a car, okay? You want to decelerate or take your hands off the throttle as you approach the turn. Then you want to give it gas through the apex of the turn and pull forward. That's centrifugal force, gravity, pulling you out of the turn. Now, there's no gravity in this game, obviously, but it's the same principle, and the same principle is true. So that is one method you can think about in your head, that principle of slowing down and then speeding up through a turn. But there are other ways too. A very popular way is to roll. If you are familiar with rolling, what you want to do is, and this is on a keyboard by the way, a PC keyboard and mouse, not a controller. I do not know how this translates to the controller on Xbox or PlayStation, but on a keyboard, a PC keyboard, you want to double tap the W and you will roll. Simple as that. Double tap, roll. Double tap, roll. S, you can go backwards. You can go forward and backwards, but really all you need to know is forward roll. Holding down or tapping W twice, forward roll. Now what the forward roll does is that ceases your momentum. So you're going and all of a sudden you start sliding. I can demonstrate it right here. You're going to slide. If I roll, I stop. I come to a complete stop. Now yes, that slows you down in the race and your competitor starts getting close to you, but it can also allow you to reposition and reorient your character so that it's facing a different direction and then take off in a straight line. I'm going to run in a straight line and then I'm going to start getting on this curve and I'm going sideways. Roll, I stop, and then I can continue on forward. I actually did a double roll there. I didn't mean to do that. So let's try it again. I come around, I'm sliding sideways, but I roll, I reorient myself, and then take off, sprint forward. It arrests your momentum, which allows you to reorient yourself, turn in a different position, and then sprint off in that position. So for example, I can I'm sliding, but I could roll, turn around, and go the opposite direction. Now what this really helps on is, again, when you're going sideways. I'm going sideways and I don't want to go sideways. I roll and it stops me completely. So yes, it slows you down, but then you can reorient yourself and quickly sprint forward. If you do that on the turns, you will succeed. In addition to doing that, you can just, kind of try to time it right. Think about drifting, I know when to let go. I know when to keep going. I know when to let go of the keyboard. I know when to keep running. I went a little too far there, but that's okay. Take off the keyboard, drift, run. So you can kind of drift around the corners if you release the keyboard and then run, and then release and run. If you do this release and run method, this can also work. You just have to be careful, because if you get too far off the track, like in here, you're going to foul and you're out. So it's very tricky, yes, but it's not extremely difficult. So there's those principles you just need to keep in mind. I'm going to do a real run now, and I'm going to talk it out as I do a real run of it. So to get this started, we have to go to the race official up here at the beginning, up here at the top of the gazebo. We're going to do talk to race, fastest game on ice, accept. And now we are going to do a real run. I'm going to use the rolling method. That to me has been successful. I could try the other method, but what happens is sometimes I use a combo of both methods where I will go ahead and let my character slide, but then if he's getting too far to the edge, then I roll to get him back on course. So sometimes I end up having to improvise. Improvisation is also something that you just need to keep in mind. You kind of need to just figure it out as you're going. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to run in a straight line, like right here. I don't have to turn. I can keep running in a straight line. But see, if I go too far here, I'm going to go to the edge. So I'm going to roll, and I'm still in front of my competitor. I'm still winning. Even though I'm rolling and it's slowing me down, I'm still ahead. I can roll every corner and still be ahead as long as I sprint immediately. See, right there I felt like I was going to slide too far, so I arrested my momentum. Straight, turn, roll, straight. Keep going, keep turning here, no need to stop. Roll, straight. Roll, straight. Roll, straight. Now this one for sure, roll in. Oh, I did a double roll by accident. Try not to do that. That does waste time. Went a little too close to the edge there for comfort, but still made it. I don't even really need to roll this much. I'm kind of rolling a little more than you really probably need to, but I'm just showing you that it can be done. You can roll this much and still be ahead. These last few corners are hard to do. But by doing that, I've easily got a win. He's way behind me. Can't even see him. And I win. I don't even... My competitor was definitely way behind me. So anyway, that does show you that with nothing special, no frosted boots, no special running speed, nothing to buff my speed or my running speed, just with regular, normal running speed, default running speed that you would have on any character, easily you can do that. Running and rolling, and like I said, there are moments like, okay, so like right here, so you might have the instinct. You might have the instinct to try to make a turn. Let's start back at the starting line. You might have an instinct to turn because, okay, because this goes here and then turns to the right and then the left, you might have the instinct to do that too. But if you turn your character, here's what happens. I start sliding. I start sliding. Yeah, I can make that one because they're very shallow turns, except right there, see, that's iffy right there. But this is a scenario where you can run straight and you don't have to turn. You don't have to go left, right, and left. I will demonstrate again. At the start right here, I can just go straight. Straight. I'm not turning. See, right here between this point and the start line, yes, I'm running close to the edge, but it's both edges of the side. I'm still running. I'm still in the track, but I'm not turning. I'm running straight. Get out of his way. So there are moments like that where you may feel like you need a turn, but you don't really need to turn. You can keep running in a straight line. So I can start right here and I can go straight line until this point, then turn. Then straight, and then turn. And then need a roll so I don't go too far. If you start feeling like you're getting out of bounds, roll. And then you want to sprint. You always want to sprint on this. Try to gain your speed back up. Roll. If you feel like you're sliding too far, roll. Don't walk. That's the mistake that a lot of people might make, is they might walk, do a walking speed. Don't walk like this. You sprint. Sprint like this. Come here. Oh, there we go. Flip over. Keep going. And when you do that, now this is tricky, so you definitely want to roll because that's a big U-turn. But that arrests your momentum, and then you can reorientate. Boom. And then keep going. This is another part right here where you can probably run straight. So I could run straight through here. I don't have to turn so sharp until I get to this point. And then I can go here. Now right here obviously is a big turn, so I have to. Here as well. These are a little tricky through here. Through this end part. Come through here. Here. I don't even have to stop. I can kind of go back and forth and then roll on that last one because I'm sliding sideways. Definitely right there. And definitely right here on the home stretch. And then the home stretch, just run straight. No turning at all. Just run straight. And you're done. So that is my tutorial for the fastest game on ice. Hopefully this will allow you to have a better experience in this run and get your vouchers for your starship. If you have any more feedback or any other ideas on running this well, definitely post them in the comments for others to see, because there probably is not just one way to run this. People might have other ideas and other methods that they use that are successful. And if they are successful, definitely post them below so others can see. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and stay tuned for the next one. Check out my new updated Patreon page. You can subscribe to Patreon to support this channel. I now have Patreon-only Discord access. It's a way to chat with others and myself about any topic.